So I'm just going to say, I don't know how fun this show is going to be tonight. Actually, I'm going to have a blast because it looks like I'm going to be doing it with Jared, half 50%. So Jared is in Disney today and tonight, and or for the week or 10 days, whatever his family vacation was. So he will be joining us live here and there from whatever Disney resort he's staying at. And earlier he was live from his car. So, but we do have a big show ahead. We've got Tantric on the show. We are going to have Sons on Fire debuting their new single. They're going to be on the show, and Pardon the Scars debuting their new video and their new single. They're going to be on the show. We've got the grudge match with Cold Words and Envision, and we've just got a lot of stuff going on tonight. And I will say, all right, Lisa, hey, what's up, Matt? If oh wait, he might be here. Let's see. And I see him. And he's out. Let's try it again. No, I can't hear you.
I'm not talking. That's why.
Okay. So Jared's in Disney or somewhere in Orlando, I guess on the backside of the Disney resort as his Wi-Fi goes out again. So anyways, Lisa and Matt, if either one of y'all want to help tonight, I will send you the link. And if y'all want to hop in, you're more than welcome to hop in. Just saying. But anyway, so like I said, we've got a great show. Got a bunch going on. We've got some winners to announce for the 10,000 follower giveaway. So we've got that winner to announce. And forgive me while I'm trying to pass all this on real quick to whoever is going to join me. But we will start the show as always, and we will start it right. So here we go. All right, we are back, and we start the show always with the grudge match. And last week, Anoxia, or the last episode, Anoxia won their third in a row, so they have moved on into the Hall of Fame. So we've got two brand new videos to show tonight. Video number one is going to be Cold Words with Perfect. The second one is going to be Envision with their latest FYE. So we are going to get the grudge match started now. And then we will be back, and we've got a big show ahead. So make sure you join us and stick around. Here we go.
It's always something else. How would you know I felt this way? The flames became too much. I let them take me up. I don't remember much, but the way that you burned me remains. The radio silence reminds me that I'm okay. I finally hear myself, but I don't see me getting over your disease or pretending you don't want my fucking dreams. You wish you didn't think about me. Well, I feel the same of you. Yeah, I can see you getting angry over me and pretending I don't want
That is the latest from Cold Words. It's called Perfect. And tonight's show, a lot of the bands participating in tonight's show are a part of our wonderful Rockin The Sound 2023. And we do have a new band that we are going to be announcing Friday at 10 a.m. We're going to do it on Facebook. And so that'll be happening. Very excited about that. But we do have a few of the bands that will be playing also on the show tonight, including Sons on Fire and Tantric in just a little bit. Jared is here again. Hi, Jared.
What's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I did call in reinforcements. So there's Lisa and there's Matt.
It's always better when they're a part of the show.
So how is Disney going?
I haven't walked this many miles probably ever in my entire life.
But I will say I loved your pictures from Star Wars. That's my favorite ride every time I'm there. So
have you seen my 6-year-old stone cold face on all of the adult rides?
On the Himalayan? Dude, when I saw that, I was like, look at Joey's face. I was like, look at Heather's. Look, Jack just doesn't care. He's like,
everybody. He's either, like, my cousin sent me a message. She said he's either going to be a world-renowned surgeon or a serial killer. So we don't know how it's going to go because dude is just like stone cold face in the middle of a rod like that. He has no emotion.
Wow.
Lisa, how are you?
I'm okay. I just got home from work.
I was going to say, I appreciate after the text I got from you earlier.
I'm like, oh gosh, Kevin's by himself. And you're like, hey, if anyone wants to jump in, I'm like, this is what you get when you get a podcast host from Wish.
Yeah. Matt, how are you?
I'm good. Just, I was kind of, you were like, do you want to come on? I was like, okay.
But it was, as soon as I noticed Jared was having some Wi-Fi problems, I'm like, oh crap. Like, there is so much to do in this show. I don't want to do it all by myself.
It's
I
sort of a big one.
Forget something.
We come in force.
Yes.
So I love it. But we're going to roll into video number 2 now. Video number 1, that was Cold Words and Perfect. Video number 2 is Envision's FYE. You'll see the poll pop up if you're on Facebook. You'll vote video number 1 or video number 2. And if you're watching on YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, just put it in the comments, video number 1 or video number 2. And in the comments, we've got Let's Go Sons on Fire. I promise you they're coming. They're already backstage. We've got the video ready to go. You're going to hear the debut of their new song, Rise. And then we're going to be rolling that on the radio station as well. So lots of stuff. Pardon the Scars will be joining us as well. Tantric's going to be hopping on. I think I told them 8 o'clock, or I may have told them 7:45. We might want to get into this video. So we're going to go ahead and roll video number 2 right now. Here is Envision. It is FYE. It is the grudge match, and you're watching The Sound.
Sounds like your medicine.
All right, that is the latest from Envision. It is called FYE, and that is video number 2 in the grudge match. And you can get your voting in now. The poll is up, and right now, Envision is in the lead of that. So let's keep it going. And let me. This is what I'm talking about. I can't do this all by myself. Let me get the video number 2 tag out. All right, I'm back.
All good.
So we may be going a little out of order tonight. Since Tantric is not here yet, we may just roll into Sun's on Fire if you guys are cool with that.
Are we going to make that
We are. You know what?
announcement?
I have it set, and it's sitting in here for a reminder, but we'll go ahead and do it now. So, well, we'll do both of them. So, the grudge match, a lot of times we're responsible for picking the videos. But we want you guys to have an input on it as well. So you can send your grudge match video suggestions to services@thesound228.com. And so if you want to see a video in the grudge match, all you have to do is send us an email. You don't have to send us the video. You don't have to, just tell us what band and what song you want on there. And we'll get it. If it can get into the mix, we will definitely put it into the mix for you. So,
yeah, you'll see a post come up tomorrow across the socials asking you guys to please give us your suggestions. So if you don't email us, just go ahead and drop a link or something, YouTube link in the comments, and we will take it in for consideration.
And then the next thing we want to talk about is the last episode. We talked about how close we were to 10,000 followers.
Yeah.
And we hit 10,000 followers, late last week?
Yep.
Late last week, we hit 10,000 followers. Now, I know for some of you that are out there going, 10,000, who cares? We do. And 10,000 followers was one of our goals when we first started. The first goal was 5,000. Next course was 10,000. And we just went from there. And so we want to say thank you to everybody who followed us, shared it. And part of that was, if you were one of the 10,000, we kind of dug through who shared the most, who's really supported and all of that. And we picked a winner, and they get a Rockin The Sound 2023 merch pack, which will include the sack pack and the t-shirt and koozie and whatever else merch we're going to get, a special laminate, all that kind of stuff. Not only that, but if they choose to, if they're out of the area, they don't have to, but if they are close enough and they want to come to the show, we've got a pair of tickets to Rockin The Sound 2023 for them. And the winner is Diane Elliott. So congratulations to Diane. Thank you so much for your support. Please shoot us a message and let us know if you want to go to the show, and we'll get you some tickets, a pair of tickets. So that'll be cool. Actually, she says, awesome. So
yeah, congratulations. And Kevin, you got to mention too.
With OMG. Hold on, we may get some more here.
Those are 10,000 real followers too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not paid.
Yeah.
I don't even know. That's just, so I work in retail, and when people shoplift, I'm like, I don't think like a thief. I don't know how they do this. And I don't think like somebody that needs to buy friendships. So I don't know how they, I don't even know how to pay for stuff.
That shocks me.
Lisa with the zinger.
All right.
Oh, you're doing that to her. Lisa, if I had the controls tonight, I would have booted him for that.
Yeah. Well, here's the pleasures of you not having control tonight. It almost looks like you're on a green screen and you got like the Haunted Mansion behind you.
Are you staying on property, Jared?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a green screen. Yeah, we're staying on property. Yeah.
He's balling like that.
Yeah, that's okay. It's going to take him at least 6 months to recover from the financial strain of going on such said vacation.
Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. So John just joined us in the back room from Tantric. So we are going to bring John in since we had the Tantric set up first. So we're going to go ahead and bring John in. John, how are you?
Hey, what's going on? Wait,
What's
should
up,
I be
John?
sideways? Does that
there you go.
There it
There
is.
you go.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody else was sideways, so I was like, I
So-
can't be the only one.
I know, right? So first, I want to say I apologize about the confusion, but glad you were able to join us tonight.
No, it's all good. I guess Hugo, my singer, might show up.
Okay.
I don't know what time it is, but whatever. I think he 5 is it 50 right now? I don't know. Either way, he should be in at some point. If not, hey, you got me. So
Hey, no, but you know what? If he hops in and you're gone, we'll pull him in too. It doesn't matter.
Cool.
So let's talk about Tantric. You guys have been, and I'm not gonna lie, even during the COVID time, you guys were nonstop.
Yeah.
And you just finished up a tour with Smile Empty Soul.
Yep.
And then you're going back out at the beginning of 2023 with Smile Empty Soul.
Mhm.
And we just happened to have you on one of those dates, which is the pre-party for our Rockin the Sound festival that we're doing. And the pre-party, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just excited for the pre-party as I am for the actual event, because it's Tantric, Smile Empty Soul, Awaken the Giant, and Lines of Loyalty. So you got 3 national bands and one trying to climb up there at one big pre-party. And tickets are flying out the door for the pre-party. It's amazing. So walk me through like the COVID part of it, how you guys stayed busy during that time.
We just didn't stop. I guess it's like the band is small enough to be, like we're not selling out stadiums, right? So it's not like a Nickelback where they had to cancel a full-on, tour going into 2020. So very much under the radar as far as like we're not big enough so that we could tour, but we're also big enough to the point where it's like we still can go out and there's still going to be a crowd there. We hit a lot of places that were like, we went to places in like Iowa where they were like, yeah, I mean, we've never really heard of COVID, so we just kind of like booked the show anyway, and we're like, yeah, all right, sick, this is great. And
you could have come to Florida. You could have probably played the whole state of Florida that time.
Oh yeah, Florida for sure. We did that, and then we did. There were just a bunch of Midwest states that were kind of like, there were some places that were like, yeah, if you guys could come in, wear the mask, do the thing, and wash your hands and sick. And there were other places where like, yeah, do whatever's comfortable. So we just tried to adhere to whatever protocol they wanted us to do, but it still allowed us to get out and work,
So Kevin, what's cool about what he just said was, I'm going to clip Chris Henderson saying in 2020 that the big bands were going to suffer, and it was going to be the year of the guys that weren't at the arena level. If you remember.
Oh no, I do. I remember that, and it stuck out. It stuck out big time. And for you guys to be able to do that, and then in 2021, you guys released an album.
Yeah.
Now you've been with the band since 2017.
No, I've been since 2020.
Since 2020.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but you've been in other bands. You've seen some of the business, and of course, Tantric started in '99, I believe, or 2000, somewhere in there, and that they were part of that last little push what Jared likes to talk about of those record deals. And they had that, and now it's more into the independent type thing. You guys are on Cleopatra Records, I believe. And so where do you guys sit from where it used to be to where it is now?
Well, even so, the Cleopatra thing was only a 1-album deal.
I got you.
And not to say much one way or the other, but we're looking for somebody else. So, if you can assume what that means. But the thing is that labels don't really facilitate much anymore because, you probably can't see much of it, but like you can have studios in your basement now, and people are writing hit records in their basement without giant studio money, and people are, self-producing and self-promoting on a scope that nobody's seen before just because of social media in the past 15 years. It's just been able to allow bands to get out there that never had a voice unless they had a label. So right now the shift is really big on like okay, what can a label give us that we can't already do on our own? And if they can't really give us anything else, then what's the point? So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
it's kind of like the networking and the connections that a label has are awesome. You know, having a good PR company or somebody that's going to put out the record and put the money behind it, that's always awesome. But yeah, that's kind of the thing is like, if they're not doing that, then what's the point?
It's sort of like throwing your money out the window.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like the thing is that labels don't make as much money anyway because nobody's physically buying records anymore. So it's all based upon streams, which streams get you nothing. So it's like if it's not a cut of touring or it's not a cut of anything else, then where's that money come from? So labels are apprehensive to put the money out there, and bands are apprehensive to take that money because just say somebody's giving you $50,000 to make a record, that's not just free money, so that's got to come from something. So yeah, the whole state of the industry has changed a bunch, but you know, it's about reworking that and seeing what's going to work for us.
Absolutely.
I think too, in terms of social media promotion, you get some bands that are really, really great at it. You get
Sure.
one band member who's super active, who knows it like the back of their hand, knows how to work the system. And then what do you need the label to do that for you either? You don't.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
you can manage to sell your own tickets. You can manage to do your own merch. You don't need someone else to do that for you and then take a cut of it.
Right. Oh, that was the thing, is that even with the newest record, they were charging us, I think it was somewhere around like $7 a physical copy of the CD so that then we could go out and sell it. So you like the band isn't just given like 1,000 CDs to sell at merch. It's like, oh, so we're paying for that like we would if we just did it ourselves, you know? So
Right.
you see a lot of bands that are taking the approach of creating their own label or doing things that are like solely crowd funded or just solely funded by themselves, and then figuring out, all right, well, you know, if we can't do PR like you were saying with social media, you can hire somebody to do that nowadays, and they're an expert at it, and they can open up the back of Facebook Ad Manager and, you know, target that group of people that you need to target for your new record. And did you need a label for it? No, you know, so that's the thing about labels, is it's like it's a different shift. It's a change in what they can give you that you can't already get yourself.
I think in
Yeah,
terms of management, as well as a band manages itself, it sort of forces you in a position that you have to manage yourself and you have to do it effectively.
Sure, for sure. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, you know, in a way, if you don't want to hire anybody else to do it, like we run our own social media, for example. So if I'm not on top of that, as well as my other jobs of not only just being a drummer and having to facilitate the music side of the band, right? We have to also be, you know, we have to be PR and we have to be social media and we have to, you know, make our, you know, what was crazy was when the album came out, they rolled it out, and the day of, they were asking us for flyers and poster promotions that they could post on social media, and we're like, wait a second, weren't you supposed to be
Wow.
the one to give that to us? So I was like sending them over things that I had made for social media promotion so that they could then use them. Like, then what the heck was that? Like, it was nuts. It's
Yeah, you
Graphic designer.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to be a graphic designer now, and I gotta make all my own merch or whatever. You know, it's nuts.
we've talked about that on the show a few times, the like democratization that social media has, you know, given bands. It's both a good thing and a bad thing because you have to wear so many hats nowadays. And the counter argument to that, one that really rings with me, is like it kind of pulls you away from being an artist. You know, you can't be like in the heyday of the 80s with Motley Crue and just partying and only being the musician. You have to be all of the things, the PR guy, the graphics guy, keep it all in house. But at the end of the day, at least you own your music when you do that, right? And there are a lot of bands out there right now who are doing a great job of it. Just like in our hometown, Kevin, you can second this, I would think. Envision, one of the bands that we've been, you know, a part of since the beginning. They're doing a great job of creating these, you know, some are silly, most all of them are silly campaigns that are tied to their songs. I mean, they even their singer fell on a stage monitor the other night, and they have taken that for a social media ride, like creating memes and TikToks where people are now duetting with him falling on the monitor, something that you might try to hide or be embarrassed of. They've like gotten so much attention out of it, and that's the cool thing to me to see nowadays.
It makes me think they did that on purpose now, by the way.
No, he didn't. He did not do that on purpose.
No, but you are right, and to take to another to take the conversation in another direction, like you're talking about bands almost becoming comedians and like laughing at themselves. We've done that a bunch, and so we started a Patreon page last year, or maybe beginning of this year, whenever it was, and it's all just jokes. Like it's just straight humor. Like me and my singer Hugo, we made a whole video of us playing the game Guess Who, and like made it like super, we put it for money, right? So like we each bet $1, and we made a whole video of like how stupid it was because we were traveling from one venue to the other and had that downtime. But we turned into like comedians now, where we get on social media, and the posts that do the best aren't necessarily the ones that are like the serious rock and roll guy, like, hey, it's the guitar player, you know, showing how cool he is. It's like, no, it's the guitar player looking like an idiot for a second and, you know, showing that off. It's a whole different world. People want to see, you know, relatable content nowadays, things that they can laugh at.
Look at the comments blowing up just about that, what I was talking about. Like it's real. It really is. But another band to kind of dovetail off of what you're talking about, another band that we've had on the show who does a great job of it is Sepsis. If you haven't heard of them, go look it up. But they even talk about how multi-platforms, they're different. They give you different experiences, right? So on their Twitch channel, it almost is never about their music. They do cooking classes and just like therapy talks or whatever. You could go back and look at the interview that we did with them, but it's different on Twitch than it is on Instagram, than it is on YouTube, than it is on Spotify, right? They give you a different piece of themselves on every social platform. I think that's pretty badass too.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. You're just like, it's kind of like the age of trying things and see what sticks, and you know, it's not necessarily all music based. It's like, you know, you're selling a personality, just like you would, you know, when a band was selling a record, right? Like, you know, you show in the cover art your personality, and when you're on stage, you know, that's your personality. But now people see it 24/7, so it's like a different way of approaching. All right, well, what can we show these people that they don't already see?
Correct.
Yeah, it's a whole different game. It's a whole different game than what used to be, for sure.
Definitely.
Well, it makes
And
you
I
more
feel that
relatable.
doing that, it gives the fans and the band a more of a connection together, because they get to see like you guys as human beings.
Correct.
Right? I think it's great for them to just, you know, have that connection with you and see, like, you know, the different parts of bands' lives other than the music.
Right.
So I have to say that I'm sitting there watching the comments. I think, Jared, we've officially made it. We got a comment on YouTube. I'm gonna put it up. You ready?
Yeah.
We've officially made it. We got spammed on YouTube.
All right.
You know what's funny, Kevin? I'm on my phone doing this, and while we were having that discussion, I got one of them random phone numbers that I don't know. Hey, how are you? With the heart and the thing, text message. So we're getting spammed to death. So that's great.
Dude, I had that happen to me on my phone one night. We were sitting on the front porch. I just gave it to Brandy, and I let Brandy talk to him.
Yeah.
That conversation was hilarious.
Oh my God.
So anyway, so what I'd like to do right now, before we go talk anymore, I would like to play Living Here Without You, the video.
Sure.
And then we can chat about that a little bit more.
Yeah.
So here we go. This is Tantric. I'm hoping I'm pressing the right button. It's Living Here Without You. It's off their latest album, and you're watching The Sound. Yay.
I'm wrapped around your finger. That's where you will find. And I can't remember, I was left behind. I'm wrapped around your finger like I was before. But you can't remember, I'm at your door. Well, I can't be the one who sits here all alone. some of all things I'm sharing with you. I'm remembering this short time with you, and this misunderstanding when they cut our lives short. There's no happy ending in this story. Well, I can't be the one who sits here all alone. You don't know that I exist here, but I'm home. I'm waiting for you to come around. There's nothing I won't do to hear the sound of your voice as it whispers my name. I'm living here without you, but it is not the same. I'm living here without you, driving me insane. I'm living here without you. Who's the one to blame? You don't have a thought in your body, you gotta break some. You don't have a thought in your mind, you better make some. Time behind the line of the war that you never face some. Separate by the truth that was told, you gotta face them. Whoa, so we have the sum of all things. It's the life and everything it brings. I'm wrapped around your finger, that's where you will find. And I can't remember, I was left behind. I'm waiting for you to come around. There's nothing I won't do to hear the sound of your voice as it whispers my name. I'm living here without you, but it is not the same. I'm living here without you, driving me insane. I'm living here without you. Who's the one to blame? I'm waiting for you to come around. There's nothing I won't do to hear the sound of your voice as it whispers my name. I'm living here without you, but it is not the same. I'm living here without you, it's driving me insane. I'm living here without you. Who's the one to blame?
All right. Tantric and their song Living Here Without You. And you know, there's small things that happen in life for me. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge Tantric fan. Always have been. Because they came out when I was working in rock radio. And it was just one of those things. And I was able to book them one time at Guitars and Cadillacs in D'Iberville, Mississippi. I've seen them play all over the United States when I've been able to travel. So this is kind of exciting for me because Hugo is now with us.
I am.
There he is.
I was jamming to my own video. I was like,
Yeah, it was funny because I was watching and then I saw you pop in and the video was on and it was kind of like your face was
good
kind
hair
of,
day.
oh, wow, here we go. So how are you, Hugo?
I'm doing great, man. How are you guys doing? You know, just sitting here, just saving kittens from a tree, helping old ladies walk the street, you know?
That's the way to do it.
That's what I do.
That's
Rock
the
and roll.
way, man. That is the way.
A lot of people don't know that, you know?
So we were talking to John about Tantric and staying alive through the pandemic and touring and still being able to play some shows and stuff like that. And you guys are coming out and you're playing our pre-party to our festival, which I told John I'm just as excited about the pre-party as I am the festival. But I'm not going to lie. The last time that I saw you guys live, Hugo, you may not even remember. It was a small little bar in Mandeville, Louisiana.
Yeah.
And some friends of mine in Baden opened up the show for you guys.
Baden. I love Baden.
Yeah, but that's a lot because when I booked you guys for playing,
that was probably in 2000 and I want to say 8-ish.
Yeah.
Or maybe before that. So let me just assure you that we are better than ever because we've had all those years to practice, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So we were talking, we asked John, what do you think the major difference is from when you started Tantric in 99, 2000 to where it is 2022, as far as the
Man.
music business goes?
I mean, is there a music business really? I don't even think there is. I certainly, if there was the business part of it involved, I wouldn't know about it because I luckily I've always played music for the reason of loving what I do, and that being like a service. You know, music makes people happy, and definitely my own experiences in life, when put into music, help other people relate with it, and you know, it's got multiple benefits, obviously. So I do it like that. But the music business sucks in general right now. But you know what? I was fortunate enough, and we were fortunate enough to have started when it wasn't so bad. And I'm not going to say it's all bad. There are parts of it that actually are better now. But I was fortunate enough to make a good impact in a way that it has allowed me a career, you know. But certainly without the perseverance and just, you know, I'm just too dumb to know I can't do it. You know, like we just love doing what we do, and you know, we adapt. You know, like during COVID, man, we were just like, okay, well, this is our only gig. This is what we do, and we're definitely not like Metallica. We can do a gig every now and then and make, you know. So I mean, we were creative, man. We'd play any place. We're just like, yo, you want me to play your basement? Got it. But you know, so man, I guess we're fortunate I'm definitely fortunate to have a lot of great guys in my band that are just like, man, you know, they're doing it for the right reasons. They don't complain too much, and if they do, it's about me, and I'm not there, so it's fine. And they work hard, and they also strive to be better players, and you know, because you know, to me, I grew up in a time period where like, you know, you used to see bands and you'd be like, man, that guitar player he can really execute that, or that's a great vocalist, and now it's kind of like whatever, and there's music out there that's very popular that requires very little skill to execute, and vice, you know, and so I'm proud of my guys, you know, their ability to execute and play consistently and really do the things that separates the professionals from the people that are not. Is that so? Blessings to everyone. And now we have this.
I think it's great. So John, you never complain about Hugo, do you?
Never. Not even once.
Like John is like the nicest guy in the band. You know, like Jesus loves him more than anybody else. But like the only time Jesus gets mad at him is when he's like, Hugo. No. John is actually a very kind and great friend that I value very much, aside from the musical ability that he has. I mean, because John started, you know, 22. I mean, that's just, you know, he's a little, you know, youngster, and you know, he's come such a long way as all the other guys, you know. But I think we toured. My booking agents told me that we were the #1 most booked band for years consecutively, because we're just like, well, I don't have a girlfriend. You guys want to just keep on playing? So, like, you know.
Road warriors, dude. Y'all are road warriors. I love it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I can tell you, we are super excited to have you guys coming down March 17th and playing our pre-party. But I will have to make one request, and I think it's far enough out you guys might be able to make it happen.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to see you guys live, Love Song has to be one of the ones played.
No problem. we also pride ourselves.
That song has helped me get through so many freaking breakups, and I hate this girl and all.
Well,
that.
You know what? I as you guys, if you're a Tantric fan, you'll know that like I'm the king of sappy ballads about girls who broke my heart. But I mean, like, I literally attract the worst girlfriends ever. Like, I should be on Maury. But here's the thing. Except for, you know, some of them, it might have been my fault. But the thing is, like, I was like, man, another freaking love song. Here it goes. And I stopped, and I refused to, like, succumb to the backwards skate the couple skate song that I wanted to write, and I wrote that one. But I'm glad it's kind of a tongue in cheek and it's fun. A lot of people like it.
I love that damn song.
Yeah, it's funny.
I think every year that's one of my most played on Spotify.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, it's funny because it's like when people say, hey, I'm happy for you. Really, I'm so happy for you. I'm so they're like, it's just a thing. They're like, is anybody really happy for their ex? I'm great. So she dumped me, and now she's dating this guy. Apparently he's worth like a couple of $1 billion, and they got a dog. They got the dog that I wanted.
So that's everybody's homework tonight. If you haven't listened to it, go find Love Song on Spotify and listen to it.
Yes.
So you'll love it. I promise.
Okay. Yeah.
I look forward to hearing it.
You know what? Do you think? I think that the next record that we do, I'm just gonna just say a swear on every song, because I feel like if you just I don't know if it's coincidental, but do you ever notice that songs with swears in them always do well?
They do. They do.
I mean, people feel it. People feel it.
All of the adults in America are sitting around going, "Holy shit, he said the F word." Hell
Not this
yeah.
lot.
Hey.
We're not surprised.
But it's really like that. It's just like we're all little kids pretending to be grown-ups here. And
Right.
And
Agreed.
yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a real grown-up out there. I think they're just all different levels of fooling everyone. But once you just say, "Hey, guess what? I'm gonna fart and swear," it's all out the window.
Yep.
Hugo shows his true intellect.
Remember that signal, Jared? The signal is, we do a live show, and so we have to clip some stuff to re-air it.
Right.
I do this, and Jared knows, okay, we have to clip that section. So your explanation of that is going to be clipped for the TikTokers of the world.
Right.
Yeah, Hugo farts and swears.
Right. You can't say fart or swear.
Well, guys,
but I figured, now there's words you can't say that were part of our normal conversational thing when we were kids, and I feel like there should be a grandfather clause, because when you grow up, and I'm not saying.
What is he saying is the question. Let's hold on.
Yeah, caption this, folks. Get in your best hashtags. Come on, let's see them. Load up the comments.
There he is. He's back.
Oh, I guess you guys. All right, I got it. I'll stay away from that subject. You guys could have just.
Probably for
all right.
the best. Probably
so no Jesus talk, no words. Yeah, but
I love it.
because I always say this whole thing. I guess it doesn't really matter because there's really no shock value to anything I say anymore.
And and I'll say that there's not a lot of shock value left in the world.
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
somewhere, somehow,
John right now.
it's been done.
Yeah.
So, got to find something
Tommy
new.
Lee posted his junk on Instagram. Well, posted his junk on Instagram, and that sort of was that.
Yeah, I saw Tommy. Are you talking about Tommy Lee?
Yeah.
I am.
Oh, he's gone again.
He froze again.
His phone is the most broken iPhone I've ever seen in my life.
iPhone 3.
Something not paying the bill here is my credit card declined.
Wi-Fi didn't get paid this month.
You can't pay the Wi-Fi with the EBT card.
What's that? The iPhone 5? Were you rocking nowadays? The iPhone 4?
I mean, so what? I mean,
You
burn up all the Boost Mobile minutes.
Dude, it looks like I'm about to they've got me, and they said that they just need unmarked bills, and they'll let me go.
Doing that ransom video.
I could ransom myself off. We often talk about doing a tantric cover band, like a tribute band, because tribute bands make a lot of money.
They do.
We should do a tantric tribute band.
but it's all of you guys.
But
So
it's
that
all
would
the
be the
members
shit.
of Tantric.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you a funny story about that if you guys want to hear a little funny story. Once me and Kid Rock and I think it was and Jack Black, we were all touring together, right? And you know, after that, we went to this like adjacent bar, and there's like it's like a karaoke bar, you know. And like all of them were just like, yo, man, why don't you go up there and do Breakdown? Breakdown was like #1 song in the world or in the country or whatever. And I was like, man, I'm not going up there. That's like totally taboo. And then like, you know, they started throwing 20s, and I'm like, I'll do anything for a couple of 20s. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just like that, you know, like, you know, help you around the house, whatever it is, you know. But anyways, I go up there. I'm like, okay, all right. There was a significant amount of money on the table. I went up there, touched my hair under, and I sang the song. And then like the host of the karaoke and like the owner of the venue came up to me and he's like, man, you know, really, really good. Really good. But here's where you could have, you know, you almost nailed it. And then he like proceeds to like teach me how to sing Breakdown. And he's like, you just like, how he does it, how he really does it, is like no one else is living this way. And he's like singing this thing, and I'm just like, I don't even know what to think, and I'm just like, because I'm pretty sure I sound true to form, right? And I'm like, am I Hugo?
I'm Hugo.
Yeah, and that's where the whole like, who's Hugo? I don't. Come on, is this happening? All right.
Nice.
Because my question is, did you have to read the teleprompter, or was you able to?
Ironically, I do read the teleprompter, but I think I only know really. I've never been in a cover band my whole life, so like I don't really know other people's words to their lyrics, you know, except for like the two go-to songs that I sing on karaoke.
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain being one of them.
Yep.
I do basically if Fat Albert sang Purple Rain.
Yeah, really.
Hey.
Yeah.
Both Prince.
It's on YouTube, guys, and it's fantastic.
So wait, so what's the other one?
I do a little Sinatra, you know, like a fly me to the moon.
Nice.
Okay.
Just a couple of notes there, you know, a couple of notes. But yeah, I'm actually. Funny thing is, I used to, you know, I'm from Detroit. At least, you know, a big chunk of my life is from Detroit. And when I was a young teenager, I used to go to this place. I lived in Royal Oak, and I used to go to this place called Bob and Rob's, okay? And it was like this bar that hadn't been changed. It looked like it was time warp. And I befriended the old man that worked there. And the old man only had 5 customers that went there every day, and then me, right? And he would have a karaoke setup, and you know, I learned a lot how to sing. Like, he would show me how to use my deep voice in a way, and then I learned a lot from him. And then I'd go to this other place called the Music Menu Cafe, which was like this blues bar where any given time there'd be like, you know, Aretha Franklin would be there, or these blues legends that are from the area. And so that was like, you know, mine. So I'd be doing my homework and like learning how to sing. So yeah, hopefully I'll get a residency in Vegas.
I had a cousin who would go to a local karaoke bar back in like the early 2000s, and it was an older crowd, and he would do songs like Elton John, but in the style of like Chino Marino. he would get kicked out every time. He got banned from the bar. It was amazing.
I like going to karaoke bars because the thing is, like, there's some fun that happens there because like the people that go there, they're the regulars, like that shit is hardcore serious to them. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, you know, like it's almost like a bowling league, you know, and it's like they go in there and they have their song rehearsed. You know, our good friend Jeff Tansky, you know, he's one of those guys. And, you know, they're like, hey, what are you going to do this week? You going to go with that one? Yeah, you got this, man. You got it. Just like they're pumping each other up. But every now and then there'll just be like some.
There he goes.
We lost him again. No, but the bar that y'all are going to be playing at for the pre-party does a $10,000, right, Kevin? A $10,000 karaoke contest.
Karaoke contest. Yeah, they just wrapped it up for this year, but yeah, $10,000.
Man, you guys just told me about this a little bit late because I would have just been like, I know a breakdown. And then John, one of you guys would be like, "You're all right, close. You were so
You're
close,
so close, dude. Yeah,
so
yeah,
close."
that's killer.
Well,
Yeah.
y'all killed enough time for me. Hold
Thank
on
you.
1 second. Here it is.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah, yeah.
I know that you call to
Oh shit!
oh, one time to see I feel. I see you living in the purple rain, purple rain, purple rain.
Shit, dude, I don't know why that's not in the set list.
Basically, right
I
there.
like it.
You know, there's barely any playback too.
Why is that not in the set list, man? Dude, that's legit.
You know what? I don't know, but everybody knows me to sing the Purple Rain. I'm the Purple Rain King.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
We
funny.
need, we need at least a couple bars of that on the 17th, man, for real.
You know what? I can do it if the boys just learned it. You know.
Dude,
We'll just stack the 20s up, Kevin. We'll get the 20 stacked up. He already said he'll do it.
Got it. Got
I mean,
it.
it
Monopoly
doesn't have
money.
20s. Like I work for. You know what I'm saying? You got an old, you got a newer phone than an iPhone 4. Then I'm in. Whatever.
Well, I hope y'all are ready to party, man, because it's an intimate little venue there, and if the weather is cool, it's gonna be outdoors.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Listen,
fun.
you know what? I don't care really where we play.
Nope.
We lost him
iPhone
again.
4 is in action.
Always on the wrong part. That's what,
It's always
always
like a
need-
movie cliffhanger every time he disappears.
oh,
There he is.
there you
No,
go.
I feel like I got that like Cinemax where you can only watch 10 seconds at a time. But yeah, we love playing wherever it is, as long as we got proper speakers, you know, not somebody's home speakers, and we got the great people there to watch us. We'll do our thing.
Yeah,
Well,
you'll definitely have the sound system, and Kevin already said the tickets are selling.
We are 5 months out and we're already over 100 pre-sold. So, and Biloxi's not a pre-sale market. So to even say that,
Right.
that it's
That's
it's
me.
going to be a sold out show. I
So my
guarantee you
mom
that.
must be going. She's like, I'm going to buy all the tickets. She's so sweet. She would probably do that.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you so much and can't wait to see you guys in March, man.
Yeah,
Thank
looking
you
forward to
for-
meeting you guys.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
see you in March. Can't wait.
Thanks for having
Bye.
me. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, guys. We are
Yeah,
we're about 30 minutes behind now.
we are.
Oh shit!
We
So
are.
So we are going to just keep it rolling, and we are going to bring Sons on Fire into the studio, and boom,
There they are.
part of Sons on
Everybody.
Fire. Where's Bill?
Where's Bill?
Bill.
I see him.
He's backstage. He's going potty.
There he is.
He's turned the camera off.
He
Bill,
doesn't
turn
want
the
to be
camera
seen. He's
on.
too pretty.
He's going
That's
number
all right.
2.
So so the new members are with you anyway. So let's chat about. So since the last time Sons on Fire released any music, we've had some changeover in the band. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well,
What's up?
we got Sean Morgan here,
I'm Sean,
Josh Marin,
the vocalist and
guitar
guitarist.
player.
Yep. So, I mean, we're,
Some of you might remember Sean from Paper Cut Massacre
And Joan Red,
and Joan Red.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah, thanks.
2 killer acts.
Yeah. Thanks for having us, guys. So, I mean, as far as what we have going on here, dude, we're a brand new band. I know we put out music here over the last couple of years, but we've really spent the last probably 9 months or so really just kind of gelling and kind of starting all over pretty much.
It's definitely a different band than what you first heard.
Yeah. I mean, we're excited to come out there and play this show for you guys. So I think you're going to love it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I remember. Correct me if I'm wrong on my timeline here, guys, but y'all y'all had just put out like a new song, or I don't think it was a full EP, right? And started touring, and then your previous singer was having vocal issues, right? And kind of shut it down. And I think Bill even talked about that with us the last time he was on the show, right? And then didn't give up, right? He kept pushing forward. Got a new singer in here now, and then he's telling us like the music is what y'all have always envisioned it to be, and that's what we're about to start hearing and about to get. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we actually got stopped in Biloxi, and we had to stay there for a couple days. And
we hear it, Bill.
You can hear me.
There he is. Bill, show us your beautiful face. What are you doing?
Dude, I'm trying. I don't know what the hell's going on.
There's Bill.
I think he's taking a shit. He's probably taking a shit.
Work on you, man.
Right there. There's Bill. Go ahead, Bill.
Podcast.
So I mean, we played out by you guys, and his voice wasn't doing very well. And then we got to Biloxi, actually Florida, 10 minutes before he get on stage, and he can't do it. So he flew back home, and we stopped in Biloxi and stayed there for 3 days. And we hoped that he was going to fly back and we'd shoot back up to Chicago and finish the Midwest, but it wasn't meant to be.
Oh, Trevor killed it.
Yeah, sometimes it goes that way, man. I mean, we've had a few bands on the show that have had that kind of, luck or unluck, however you want to look at it, right? That have persevered through it. And it's just part of the journey, right?
It is.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably, things happen for a reason. And I like where we're at right now. I like the guys that we have now. I like the style that we're doing. I mean, you'll obviously hear it. I like, the camaraderie. Everybody's in it for the right reasons. It's fun again. It was really not fun when there's always issues or not knowing if you could do a show. And, there's a lot of money and time on the line, and you're crisscrossing the country and, the climate the way it was. And then you get to a place and you don't know whether you're going to go or not. And it's a radio show, and you don't want to let those people down. And especially 5 minutes before you go on. And, to sit there and say we couldn't do that. And then to turn around and go home and just, not knowing where you stood. I mean, we had singers coming from Florida, which Kevin, thank God Brandy, gave us a couple. Jace was a good guy that came out. We tried him out, a couple other guys in Wisconsin, and we found Josh right in our backyard. I mean, he was playing with Sean's other band, and we went to go see him. And I mean, you guys can tell the story, Johnny, if you want. Tell him how it went.
Well, we went to Brick by Brick and saw him, and Bill says, "That's the singer."
Yeah, it's pretty much how it went.
We already had Sean.
Yeah. We had a meeting in the back of the bar and said, "Hey, we want you as our singer. Are you down?" And that was
it's just funny because he was a local guy, and I was frustrated. Johnny was frustrated. Sean was frustrated. Trevor, we were all frustrated. It's like, shit, man. You mean to tell me we cannot find a singer anywhere that they had it, and then they just didn't have all the boxes of where we wanted to go. And I stood up front. I didn't know Josh then. The rest of the guys stood back of the stage. They were probably 10 rows back. I stepped right in front of this guy, and I just watched him. He screamed, he growled, he strutted, he sang, he did everything. He looked cool. And I was like, dude, I don't believe we went all over the freaking country looking for a singer, and this guy's right in our backyard. And then when he put vocals to the pieces that we had, it was like, holy shit. And then when you get to know the guy, it's like the perfect scenario for everybody now. And I think, if we had this lineup, 20 years ago, we'd be in a different position. It's just, you can run on three wheels, but it's not easy.
When 20 years ago, we were only 12.
Yeah, right.
Come on, Bill.
Yeah. So it's just a cool time now. It's just, I told you guys last time, I always feel like we have the winning lotto ticket and all the banks were closed. And now the banks are open and nothing's stopping us. And we said, you know what? We're going to do this. We're not going to scrimp. We're going to do whatever we got to do. And kind of what the Tantric guy says, the music business sucks right now. And you just got to sit up there and do it yourself.
We're going to push through it.
We got Joe Marlette. He did our Kicking Kate record. And we worked with, Destiny's Child and Queens of the Stone Age and Foo Fighters and Blink 182. We went right to him and said, I don't care what it costs. Take these songs, make them what they are. And he did it.
I want to jump in real quick and say something to that point, because you just said something cool. Like, the music business sucks, right? But it's like, at the same time, all of what y'all are doing and any bands, hopefully we have like up and coming artists, bands, whatever, listening to the show. Like if you do it yourself, you have to put in more work. Yes. But you get to, you own your music, right? Like Bill, you guys own your music, correct?
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I try and tell the guys. I said, listen, guys, we can go to a label, whatever that term means now, label, partner, whatever they're going to do for you, and they're going to own it, and they're going to give you the money, and you're going to have to pay that back some way. And then, God forbid, we went to say, okay, guys, do we think this group can write good songs, a hit song? I'm not saying Aerosmith. I'm not saying Five Figure. I'm saying, can we make some good songs? And everybody said yes. I said, why the hell do we want to give that part of that away? Then it's going to cost us money. There's a trade-off. You're either going to have to pony up the money yourself and do it, but then you keep it all, and it's a risk. You're putting your balls on the line, or you sign your stuff away to a label who's going to give you pennies. They're going to own half of it. They're going to own you, tell you what to do. And if God forbid, if a good thing happened and the song did hit, they're getting half of it for really, if we would have just gotten a couple grand, we could have had it all to ourselves. So it's like, fuck that. We're doing it all ourselves. We make all the shots. Nobody tells us how it's going to be. Now, we do have some news, and we do have a partner in this, but it's more of like we did before. It's a licensing type deal where we have all the creative control. We own everything. We make the calls. They assist us with their Rolodex of the people that we don't have that'll help assist us in getting us in front of the right people. I mean, we've done most of this stuff on our own, but you know what? You can't do it all on your own. You know, we've got other people that, you know, we rely on that can help and do some things. But ultimately, at the end of the day, if you think you're good enough and you have a shot, why are you going to give away half or more? 70%, sometimes 30, 40.
I was going to say half is probably being extremely generous, you know, and like you're saying, bet on yourself, you know, if you can. I mean, I get everybody's economic situations are different at different times in their life. But that's why I think it was the Tantric guys mentioned earlier. There are such things as Patreon or what is it, Indiegogo or whatever, you know, the app may be. I mean, if you have a small group of people that are willing to give you even a little bit of money, it makes a difference, right?
Yeah. I mean, we've been fortunate with us. I mean, Josh has got, you know, he's in a fairly good position. Sean's in a good position. Trevor works in a good position. Johnny's got his own business. I got mine. So, I mean, we're in a little bit better position than a lot because it frees us up and we have excess funds to do some things. I mean, why do you put all your money when you're a little kid into the best equipment and lessons? Then you finally get to the dance and you can't dance because you don't have the money. That sucks. And that's where you guys put something out. If there was like a business think tank on the business side to show these bands, because there's a million bands out there that are great that'll never get heard.
That's the truth.
Yep.
So before we get into the new single, there is a surprise sitting backstage that I didn't tell Jared about because I didn't want to. I wanted to see his face when it happened. So there is a gentleman that will be joining us at Rockin The Sound 2023 that is a big radio mentor for me, who I've listened to since I was in rock radio. And the whole reason the Dirty 30 is called the Dirty 30 is because of L.A. Lloyd's Rock 30.
Yeah, baby.
So we chose 30 songs, and L.A. Lloyd is now joining us. And I'm going to pull
There he is.
The man.
What's up? The man.
Wow.
Woo.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. Sorry I'm a little late to the party here, but I didn't get home till about 7 tonight, and I had to eat. So
you're right on
but
time.
Sounds like y'all have had some really good conversation tonight.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're in with Sons on Fire right now. Tantric was just on talking about.
Was Hugo there? Who was there from Tantric?
Hugo and John were there.
Oh, great.
So, and then.
Well, I'm sorry I missed Hugo. He and I have got drunk many times together.
Oh, he was a trip.
Well, I'm hoping I can join that list March 18th. So,
yeah.
Oh God.
Oh,
so
you will. Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that. Absolutely.
So Lloyd, I know you know these guys pretty well.
No.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll just
I know everybody except Bill.
Let's talk about my jealousy of you being able to interview Lizzie Hale this last weekend or last week.
That was fun. Yeah, she's over in Europe. They're doing a little European tour. Even Shinedown had to cancel theirs because of financial situations. But Hailstorm's over there, man. They're tearing it up. They've been let's see, what's today? The 2nd. So yeah, there's a second day in their European tour. So
nice. Well, let's
tough
talk
over there. It's tough touring, man. It's tough when you got all this production that Shinedown's got on their show, and they're still playing the UK. But I guess all their other Glasgow and other dates in Europe have been canceled or postponed. So it's hard, man.
I'll be seeing them in
Economically, it's
Cardiff
tough.
on the
Even for
26th.
bands who've got 19 #1 songs, it's still tough out there for every band.
Absolutely. So let's talk about Sons on Fire since we got you here. How'd you first hear about these guys?
Bill reached out to me, said he'd been following the show for several years, and he had a restaurant there north of Austin in Round Rock called Wise Guys, inviting me up for lunch, and we had some great lunch and been friends ever since.
First strip club I ever went to was in Round Rock, Texas.
Nice. Nick's
Hard to hear
Cabaret.
that.
No, I don't remember. It was, I want to say it was right by a Walmart or right on the intersection where Walmart was at or
I
whatever.
think that's where Nick's Cabaret. They probably changed names.
I used to live in Pflugerville.
Okay,
So-
cool. I'm right on the border there.
Okay, but yeah, that
Usually
was
those strip clubs in Round Rock are a double wide, and the girls who've got the fake tits look like they cut it out with a box cutter. They got that big ass scar under there, so got to watch out for that.
Scars, baby. Scars.
Sounds like he knows.
You been there?
I've been around a few times in Texas, man. Seen it all.
I hear you. So we're about to play the new single. It's called Rise. So as Jared says, tell us everything or tell us nothing about what Rise is about.
Josh.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Get up, get up.
Get up, get up.
It's just there's a lot going on in the world right now, and it's more about coming together and rising together, and it doesn't matter where we're from, what we look like, what color. We need to get past the bullshit and rise together. So
yeah,
that's
yeah, absolutely.
in a nutshell.
It's a fight song, right? I mean, we all need a little inspiration, and even ourselves, we were kind of down as a band. We're like, we've been doing this shit for years, and so we were like, dude, like, what do we do? Well,
We rise above it.
We're going to rise now. Like, now's the time. Like, we're here. Like, for whatever reason, we're all in the same room right here, right now, on this interview. And I didn't know Bill. I didn't know these guys a year ago. Yeah, we played a show together when I was in Paper Cut Massacre. I think Kicking Kate, we played like
15 years ago.
Maybe 15 years ago is when we met up the first time. And they're like, hey, man, I remember you guys from like 15 years ago. And, we will see you're in San Diego now. Just want to come and check us out. I'm like, dude, yeah. You know what I mean? You guys, that's respect. You guys have been doing this for 15 years now. And it's just, there's something to be said about people who are out there just giving it their all with nothing, really not expecting anything in return, right? We're just out here doing it. What we're doing it for, we have no fucking idea, but we know we're doing it. We know that it's missing. If we're not doing it, something's definitely missing. So, and it takes like all five of us, we all have the same mindset. So that's kind of what Rise is about. It's about getting together and fucking putting all our differences, all the bullshit to the side, and kind of overcome whatever that may be, whatever it is going on in your life. That's what it is. It's a fight song.
Rise above it all and take care of business.
I think really what we wanted to do is we wanted to have a complete departure of what we were before, because those songs were written before me and Darren were really in the band, and it was Johnny and Trevor and the other guys. And it was always in the back of our mind that it wasn't my favorite stuff. And one of the reasons we brought Sean is we wanted to get more of that active rock, modern rock edge and have something a little bit heavier. And Rise, while it's probably the heaviest of the newest that we have, do we think it's our best? No, I think Sean's writing new stuff. I think we have stuff that's even better than this, but we put it out because we wanted to show a completely different band of where we were to where we are now and where we want to go. And we thought it had the biggest shock value of a totally changed, not even the same band. We wanted to make that more of a stance than we wanted people to know that it was a new band, better, changed, different. So, I mean, if you liked us before, we still have those songs, but we're definitely, our heads are in a different mindset right now. It's like we're going for the throat. We're all guns are blazing. We're going to spend whatever it takes to get this band to where we need to be. We're going to pull whatever favors we need to do. And we're going to go out with a blaze of glory with this record.
That's right. Absolutely.
By the way, Bill, those favors, you still owe me one.
Mm.
Damn it.
All right, guys, here it is.
Roll it,
And
Kevin.
for the first time, I guess, publicly.
First time publicly.
Publicly. Here is the latest and the newest single from Sons on Fire. This is Rise, and you're watching The Sound. I will definitely say that is one of that's one of those songs that I think should be as soon as you walk on the stage, it should be the song that fucking
That's
goes.
exactly what Lloyd
Right.
said.
And I mean,
That's what I'm saying. It's the festival song right there. It's like, don't wait for that shit for an encore. You step your ass on the stage and you bring on that
Pump
song.
it
That's
out.
the one
Done
you introduce
deal.
the fans to.
That's what's happening.
Done
Right
deal.
there.
Yep.
That's the one.
That's the first song. Done deal. Thanks.
Hey Lloyd, why don't you tell him your quote for our liner note?
I can't believe you printed that shit.
It's great.
I said, what was it? I said something like, not even Viagra can get a rise like this or something.
It's definitely an anthem.
That was funny. Yeah, I saw the all access email today. I was like, wow, they actually posted that. That's funny.
Yeah, well, that's Bill.
If you guys get a pharmaceutical endorsement,
Yes,
that would be the
exactly.
one.
Oh,
Exactly.
hey, good idea.
Sons on Fire, powered by Viagra. Get up and
Oh,
ride. I mean, what a marketing campaign right
that'd
there.
be-
This band will keep
that's
you
so
up
good
all
right
night.
there. That's so good
I
right
should
there.
be in radio. I swear to God, I should.
So what's the plans for Sons on Fire coming
Well,
up?
the whole thing is,
near future?
Cialis is kind of mad because we didn't go with them first.
Well, I mean, we've got our plans. We have a couple shows that we have up with Saving Abel right now in November. And then we got a show in December. And then with Lloyd's got a South by
Pick of the week,
Southwest type
November
deal.
12th,
Yeah.
with Fame on Fire hosting. Yep,
Nice.
Fame on Fire. Pick of the week, November 12th.
Yeah. Yep. So it'll be his pick of the week, and then probably touring to back up to what your fest is, Kev. We'll probably do something with Lloyd at South by Southwest,
I think we'll lose the picture.
Start San Diego, Phoenix, New Mexico, Texas, and then on to where you guys are. So March is probably when we'll be out any sort of real dates.
I love it. I love it. So where if anybody's looking for you, where can they find you?
Facebook.com, Sons on Fire, Sons on Fire Official on Instagram. Our website's getting redone as we speak. We got new merch coming. Getting ready to fire up the machine.
Yeah. Google
Cialis and Viagra. Why should come up?
You'll get a rise out of it. Just ask Siri about Sons on Fire. She'll go, stay away from those guys.
Nice. I like it. Lloyd, how can people find you?
LALloyd.com. That's pretty much it. It's got all the socials, and yeah. So we're looking forward to coming down to Biloxi.
Yeah, I can't.
We'll have a great time there.
I'm super excited. I'm super stoked, and I know I sound corny and stuff, but you really are. You were one of the guys that I said, you know what? One of these days I want to have a show like Lloyd's. And because I mean, I worked at CPR, we played it, so I listened to it all the time. And back in the day when there were actual board ops, I board opped it. So, so I got
watch out, Lloyd. We're gonna give Kevin a Viagra.
Well, Kevin, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
Oh my gosh, Casey Kasem.
Yep.
You got a dog named Snuggle. We're gonna send it out to Kevin.
Blast from
Long distance dedication.
Shows age.
Oh God!
And in all of this, I didn't realize Jared was gone.
It looked like he was sweating pretty hard.
Well, he was sitting outside in Orlando, Florida, trying to do this. So
yeah,
is Tantric on the road right now? Or are they at home?
Tantric is at home right now.
Okay.
They're getting ready. I think he said they're getting ready to do some shows in the next couple months, but they're some one-off stuff just to get through the rest of the year. And then they're heading out again with Smile Empty Soul.
Nice.
So
they're a great band. I mean, he's got such a unique voice.
He does. It's very, I don't know, just the raspiness that's in that voice makes some of those songs, I think, stand out a little more than they normally would if it wasn't.
He's
that
the Rock
voice.
Barry White.
Right?
That's a great.
That's a good way of looking
That's a
at
pretty
it.
good one, huh?
Or how about Rod Stewart?
Yeah. All
right.
Now, I'm astounded. Hugo. I wish I'd have seen Hugo. I hadn't seen him forever.
Well, I am sure that you're one of those that can probably just say, "Hey, Hugo, we need to talk."
Yeah.
And
I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Well, I do like a few. I like the whole album that they released in 2021, but that "Living Here Without You" is actually a pretty good song. Or
yeah,
I loved it. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Sons on Fire.
Thanks for having us out here, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us on.
No, thank you. And we'll have that song in rotation starting Friday.
Cool.
Friday? Yeah, Friday. Unless y'all are letting me play it like now.
Now.
Okay, so starting now, you will be able to hear Rise on the Sound 228 radio station. Just check it out. Download the app, the Sound 228, or go to the sound228.com and listen. It'll
play it like you stole it
and request it.
Yep.
Request
the shit out of it.
Guys, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And next time you guys want to come on, just hit me up and we'll make.
See you soon, Kevin, and see you too, Lloyd.
Thank you.
See you guys.
See ya.
Later.
All right.
We are so late.
We are not done either.
No, we're not.
No.
We have a world premiere video from Pardon the Stars.
There they are. Pardon the Stars is in the house.
Hey guys,
I apologize about being about
an hour late.
30, 40 minutes late. But we are still here. We still have our viewers watching. We got people commenting on Twitter and Twitch and YouTube and all of that. So we know we're covering all the marks. So let's talk about Pardon the Scars. What's going on?
What's going on?
What's up? Glad to be here. Yeah.
So I will tell y'all the original plan. The original plan was for them to be here.
Yes.
They were going to be in my studio. But then it went from 2 to 4, and I'm like, 4 is a little much for this camera. So
a little tight.
but so they are back at wherever the house is. And are you guys having a premiere party? Were you able to throw it?
Yeah. Well, like a get together. Big old charcuterie island, fire going in the back. Everybody in the +1s and a couple kids running around. Yep.
So let me ask you this. So we're getting ready to show the video for Purge. How long have you all been sitting on this video?
Since June of last year.
Yeah, it's been over.
Because I want to say I remember you guys posting screenshots of this video last year.
Yeah.
And tell us why. What was the decision behind waiting till now to do it?
I think it was just there was a lot of production that went into it. It wasn't something that we just wanted to put out kind of willy-nilly.
Just because we had it.
Yeah, there was a lot that went into it, and we kind of wanted to give it the credence that we gave to it, and the song itself is pretty special. The lyrics, the music and stuff is pretty powerful. Whenever we play it live, the audience really gets into it, and we bring them into it as well. So we wanted to give it kind of that appreciation that kind of went into the writing, instead of just kind of putting it out because we had it,
Right.
Yeah, and when you see it, I think you'll understand that.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah. What went into it was a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of production. So it's going to be a good video.
And another reason also was we wanted to have a few other things ready to go to follow up, because if we put that out and then we wanted to have a few good follow-ups ready to go. We didn't want to just throw out everything we had, because it can be go.
Right. No, absolutely. I mean, in these times and days, it's single. Let that single live for 4 to 6 weeks, and then a new single 4 to 6 weeks, or whatever, or however.
You want to be able to breathe and hit the road and go out there and play and go do the thing for a while. So
and
stockpile,
yep,
fill the trunk,
build the momentum.
Build up
We
that arsenal.
learned with Caged Inside also. We released Caged Inside, and then we haven't, the pandemic hit, and we weren't able to do anything. So we just have one single sitting out there. We didn't want to release Purge too early, and then have.
But it was such a good single.
It was such a good single. I was just about to say, Kevin, it is still a banger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
On my fucking playlists.
But
and this next one is you're all in for a treat.
So Rob Perez in the house, Pardon the Scars. He's excited. So so Rob Perez, Rob. So we had
while we're here, let's do some shout outs. Rob Perez of Helvetica Effect and Paradigm Logic Studios actually came in and sat right there at that board and helped with vocal. We tracked the vocals together. He engineered it, sat the board, paused it. Nope, do it again. The whole 9. That's So I handpicked him to go in there, and I was like, make me sing kind of thing, because I've always respected him as a vocalist, as a performer, and everything. So being that he was working in a studio environment, I just said, come out to my place and do that for me. Because we had everything else done, but wanted the vocals done. And he actually is on a couple, sat in that role on a couple of songs we have coming out. So,
and after seeing him at your show at Club LA, I have a lot of respect for him for his drinking too.
Oh yeah, you throw him down.
Yeah.
That he was.
Something.
Do what?
And
we all have to be good at something.
Yep. Hey, you know what? And he's good at a lot of things. But let's talk about that show for a minute. You guys played with Kingdom Collapse and Versus Me and Funeral Portrait, kicking off. Yeah, kicking off that tour. How was that?
I'll tell you what, man. That show was I felt like a triumphant state because we had like 3.5 feet of stage behind all 3 pre-stage setups and everything. When we put Brian's big old drum set up there, it was like
being in a clown car, dude.
Yeah,
like,
I couldn't.
Everything's like,
I couldn't stand in front of the drum set because I would have had no room. So I had to sit in this pocket between his drum set and the other drum set. So I couldn't stand back off the mic except one good backwards foot plant. One good spread leg. That's all I could do, and move around a little bit left and right. That was it. But it felt good. The Robert Beckton Club LA mixed us, and so it sounded great. It felt great. It was still a good set, but man, yeah,
it's a.
No, and it was no disrespect. It's just what it was. What it was, But sometimes.
But no, what I was going to say was the cool thing about it is, even Jonathan from Kingdom Collapse, when him and I were talking after y'all set was done, he's like, "Shit, we better hurry up and go stage." People left after them. I was like, you guys brought a crowd, and from where you guys are at to Club LA's 45 minutes to an hour or so, maybe a little bit longer. But you guys brought the crowd, and that's what you guys were there to do.
And also the crowd that was there. It's funny. There was a video on TikTok or something somewhere, but there was like a few people, and we got started, and then within like the first 45 seconds of the song, it just starts filling in. You love energy like that. I mean, and
no, absolutely.
Also contributes to playing a better one of your better sets when you feel it coming back at you.
And it was really cool. Like one of the people that showed up to that show, they didn't know any of the bands that were going to be at the show. They literally were just like, I'm going to go to Club LA. And they got there right as our set was starting and became instant fans. Watched Versus Me and the Funeral Portrait, became instant fans. Saw Kingdom Collapse, became an instant fan. And like we chatted for like a good 30 minutes and super cool. And they were like, yeah, I just wanted to come to a show. I didn't know what kind of music it was going to be, but this was super dope. And like that's like the cool reaction that you want. Like just the random people that walk in and they're like, oh.
Yeah. And then also our sons, our mini-me's, were out there in the crowd, right up in the front, banging away. So
next generation, man.
I will tell you this: I've been at 2 shows with your sons, and they are the most fun to watch during a show. I first met them at the Breaking Benjamin show, and they were killing it, man. And then with y'all, it was fun to watch the youth enjoy that music so much and just have so much fun. And I'm glad. How old are they?
Yeah.
12.
11 and 12.
Yeah.
Oh, they're right there at the cusp of like.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So and the Breaking Benjamin show was Phineas's first stadium show, and so we walked into the Bay Center and even walking through the doors and looking at the merch tables getting set up and people hanging up the racks of shirts, and he was just like, you could see it in his eyes. He was just like,
I love it.
He was soaking it in. He was a jerk. He was and then we sat there, and Lindsey Stern was playing as we walked into the stadium and trying to find our area, which we were a good ways away from. So we got to walk around the horseshoe and listen to her sing, and he knows Flyleaf. And so he was like, down. I'm like, yeah, man, I can feel you. Oh, yeah. And he was already there. And so, that was a great night. And we ended up on the floor with you guys for Breaking Benjamin, and that's when he was able to get out of his seat.
Oh yeah, no, seriously. At least if you get a chance, scroll through Brandy's page. She's got videos of those boys just rocking out.
Oh, I can't wait
during
to see
Breaking
it.
Benjamin. So
I love it.
Good stuff. Well, we're gonna roll into the video right now.
Wait, one more thing. Ken Lanyon. Want to shout out to Ken Lanyon for the mix and master because out in the Atlanta way, he's been doing a handful of what's coming and Caged Inside and this one coming up, and he's just an awesome dude. Call him up and hey, this, and this idea. Oh yeah, sure. What do you think about this? He's able to speak the language where I'm like, hey, you know that boom, the boom, baka, right? You know that baka? It feels weird. Maybe, and he knows what I'm talking about. And I know that that's a musician thing, and he's not the only person.
baka
But
should be a
it's refreshing to you know, be able to just call him. I know when I'm like, I need to call him because this idea is weird. I can't type it out,
right?
You know, that kind of thing. So he's great for that. And he's been throwing out ideas. He did an Ebo part he threw out an Ebo idea, which I think is at the beginning of Purge that we're going to be hearing here shortly. And it gave me an idea to get I was like, I want to get an Ebo. That sounded awesome, which ended up being an Ebo part in a song that we'll be having coming out. You know, so it ended, you know, just working together and collaborating has led to some really cool ideas, and can't think of enough.
All right.
Yeah.
Before you roll it, Kevin, can I just say something?
Go ahead.
I just want to say a massive love to you guys and respect and Envision, because up to the run up to FYE and Purge, I have seen nothing but you guys supporting Envision and Envision supporting you guys, and there's nothing I love more than artists supporting artists, and I wish that more bands were like you guys.
So do we.
Yeah, so do we. It's a fucking jungle out there.
It's definitely.
It is. You know, it's crazy. And I've just seen all the posts and everything. And
The further from the garage you get, the further you're like, oh, okay. This is why a lot of bands don't get out of this. It's just fucking crazy out here.
All right, well, here we go. It is the world premiere of Pardon the Scars and their new single Purge, and you are seeing it here first on The Sound.
Hell yeah.
Never been a friend on my side. Springing forward, I'm falling behind. Anxieties attack from the back of my mind. Rewinding me, reminding me. Every step that I take, they keep finding me. The shadows are dancing on the walls in the corner of my eye. And they won't let this baggage that's been dragging me down for so long. They're circling and screaming my name now, louder than ever. Crawling inside and there's no place to hide but these demons of mine. And they won't let me go. There's nothing left to take anymore. Grant me serenity, give me the strength to compromise. Shelter myself from my own lies. Fight this war inside myself and purge these demons away forever.
Well
Yes,
done.
indeed.
Yes.
I just want to say one thing. I just want to say one thing. That's a big lesson to any fucker out there. That's how it's done.
Yeah.
That has got everything. The
Wow,
video,
whoa.
perfection.
Yeah, hell.
But
Hell
James,
yeah.
those vocals, man. God damn. It's got riffs. That's something else.
I love the tempo break too. So when you slow the tempo down, you give it sort of that break that it needs, and you come in with the hard vocals. Perfect.
What's great is when we play that live, we actually do like a sing along kind of part with the audience, where we kind of teach them the whoa oh 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 part. So we play that live. We get the audience involved and stuff, and we have a video out on YouTube right now where the audience is singing with us and stuff. And I mean, when they're kind of singing it back to us, it's like a religious experience, like when the whole crowd is singing it back to us, like, my God, the energy is just, it's unimaginable how cool it is, to have them just kind of doing the whole song with us at the end, so.
It brings them into, so when the chorus comes back, then everybody's,
And the really cool part is at the very end, when it kind of like calms down for the last like 10 seconds of the song, we actually have like James's kids are singing that with us. Like,
yeah,
they're
We're all in that.
Yeah.
Like I think there was a whole group of like 12
Casey's
of
in
us,
there,
like literally singing.
Phineas
the
River, I want to say. So yeah, we just had the kids all standing around a mic and we all sang it.
Yep.
And
everybody in the house.
So you gotta get that
part.
gang vocal, like distant, ghosty kind of sound to it. So
yeah,
it was really cool to do that.
It was fun to record. It was a lot of fun.
And performances like that, where you get the audience singing back with you, those are the moments that they remember. That's what makes them come back to your live show. That's what makes them a fan. That's the whole live music experience. So important.
And that's what we want to do. Like every show, we want to be a memorable experience for the audience. Whether you've seen us once or 5 times, 10 times, whatever.
And we're always like, I don't know. And it's not thinking, it's just thinking about the show. Like we're a live band.
Yeah.
We've had to be in the studio sitting around writing. We've been sitting on these songs for a long time, but they're new to everybody. But it's time to get them in the past, and now we've got new material we're writing and recording, and it's fun doing that. But we're a live band, and it's so much fun being back on stage. Being back on stage is where it is at.
So talking about being back on stage, tell them how many hours you spent doing that light show.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah. With all the edits, re-edits, getting new lights and having to program those into the show that's already existing, creatures, blah, blah, blah. Conservatively 12 to 18 hours per song.
Per song.
Per song. 8. Let's say 8 to 12. Let's say 8 to 12. I'm not going to go too crazy, but there were a couple of all-nighters. I went in there at like 10 o'clock at night because it was just during a lot of it was programmed in the summer, and I couldn't do it during the day. It's too hot in the garage. So 10 o'clock at night, I go in there. So you have to close the door and turn on the smoke to be able to see the lights and the lasers and everything, and really experience it from the crowd point of view. And that's how I programmed it. Literally, like you would do MIDI drums or Fruity Loops back in the day. Just a little diamond and a diamond, and a diamond, diamond, and each diamond was a light change, and just piece by piece, click by click. It was fun though. It was fun. I learned a lot about lights by just grabbing a whole bunch of them and figuring it out, and watching some YouTube videos and being like, okay, got it. But as much as you learn, it's still how much you put into it. I could just have a color change every beat, but I wanted it to be the kitchen sink. Like every stop is a light or a pull or a darkness or a blackout or and the smoke coming up and it particular moments. It was a lot to put into it, but I wanted it to be something that was an experience and something as close to a charting label band show that you would see, because that's what it takes to do that. So, you know, you could either pay someone, and I can guarantee you by how much time I put into it, a boatload of money to either program it on the fly for you during a show or pre-program something, which is, you know, you got the click track going to it. So the lights are set to the click. So we're essentially playing to the pre-programmed lights at the end of the day.
But
we're still running all the cables right out to the front of the house mixer. So if it goes down, we're just running it raw, baby. We're just gonna
yeah.
So that's how that has to go. You know, we don't.
But you're getting back from the audience exactly what you're putting into the performance.
Right.
You put in all those hours, and you're giving that to the audience.
Yes, we're less than 6 shows out having the new light show. We've got less than 6 shows behind us, and the response has been overwhelming. So
The production is
It's a lot of
everything.
time, a lot of effort, but so worth it.
Yeah.
I think it's
Production's everything.
You know, like
Where can people
you get
find?
that-
Pardon. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
So,
ahead.
when you get that response from the audience, when they see, you know, the show is like, it's perfectly, you know, in line with what we're doing, and they just, it's that kind of extra oomph behind what we're playing when you have that visual, you know, response, or I guess like
visual input.
Yeah, like
it's-
visual input, emphasis, you know, into what we're doing. You get that back from the audience, and that's really what makes it a big thing. Is when you kind of get that answer from them of how we've affected the audience we're playing for. That is, I can't even begin to describe how fulfilling that is.
It's really fun when you can walk out on stage and they're already lit and they're already throwing down.
Bingo, bingo. Yep, absolutely.
And the crowd's ready. They're just wanting to rock. So
Yeah.
you bring it.
Right.
So.
Cool.
It's palpable. Sometimes you feel it in the room. It's already there.
Right.
You can just
So
grab
tell
it.
us how we can find Pardon the Scars. How
Yeah.
can we find you guys?
How do we find? Oh, pardonthescars.com is the best place, because that and any social. We're on all the socials, but pardonthescars.com. If you go to the website, the very first thing you see is our upcoming show schedule. So the best place to go to know where we're playing next. Obviously, if we're playing soon, we'll be advertising it on our Facebooks and our socials and everything like that. But if you go to the website, the very first thing you see is the upcoming schedule, and then whether you're on a PC or a mobile device, or if you're on a computer or a mobile device, top or the bottom of the screen will have links to all the socials anyway. So it's the central landing point, because we're on everything, but that's the central jumping point, I would say.
And the
it's
new
got
merch.
there. You can get all of our merches on our website. There's just our EPK for anyone interested in reaching out to us. Our management, our booking details are all there. So, however, whatever it is that you're coming there for, the website's the place to go, I would say.
Definitely go pick up the Back to the Future shirt.
Yeah. It's
Shirt
on
and
the
tank. No flux given.
tank top as well. Yeah, it's shirt and tank. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right, guys. Well, the good news is, the bad news is the video. When's it officially released? Tomorrow? Or
And officially released
at 8:30.
At 8:30.
At 8:30. So it is now officially out on.
Oh, okay. So it is out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
the video is on our YouTube right now.
the good news is you can hear the single all this week before it hits the streaming platforms on the Sound 228. So
That's right.
Yeah.
On
You
the
just
10th,
answered my question. I was going to ask
it's
Kevin.
live everywhere else, but from now until the 10th, the Sound is where you are able to hear it.
So we weren't doing that whole full day premiere because we were going to be playing it for a full week and a half before it gets there. So it'll be you'll be able to hear that and the new Sons on Fire all this week, the rest of the week. So and next week before it comes out. So guys, thank you so much. It's been a long time coming. We've talked about it for months. We've talked about it.
Yeah, we had so many different plans. We were gonna have. I was like, what if we have 2 of us at Kevin's house, and I'll drive to Gulfport or whatever, or we'll go to wherever Jared is, and like 2 of us just pop up behind Jared, and it'll just be stupid, but it'll be funny, right? Like,
That'd be great.
but I don't know. We had so many different ideas.
But I'm glad it finally came to fruition tonight. Thank you guys so much for being
Love
patient
it.
with us, and we soon will talk again. I promise.
That sounds
Very
good.
soon. Hopefully we can get some shows. I saw somebody pop in there that they want to see Kingdom Collapse and Vision and Pardon the Scars in a show.
We actually,
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Oh yeah, we've got some shows
we've
coming
got
up.
4
Yeah.
shows on the books.
Okay.
November 11th, we'll be at the Handlebar in Pensacola.
Yep.
We'll be playing with our buddies in
Exclamation
Exclamation
and
Orphic. And the day after that, November 12th, we're going to be in Mandeville, Louisiana with Transient. That's going to be a dope show. I'm
Yes.
super excited about that.
Yeah.
And then the week after that, on the 18th, we're going to be at the Alabama Music Box doing a battle of the bands.
Yes.
Yep.
So
Isn't that
that's-
Vision?
Love the hates in that one.
Yeah.
And then the night after that, November 19th, we'll be in Jacksonville doing the benefit A Night for Nolan, which I'm
Yes.
super stoked for that as well.
Nice.
So we've got
That's
a
some
couple of
kick-ass shows, boys.
Yeah.
And that Jeff Nolan out in Jacksonville, we're very grateful for him putting us on that show. We've been talking with him for a long time, and he's been following us and kind of just to be considered for something of that magnitude is awesome. So we're looking forward to that one for sure.
Well, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate it, and let the fun begin now, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
All right.
Thank you all so much for having us. Thanks for everything you guys do for all the bands. Thank y'all. You know how it is. You know what to do. And Jared, wherever you're at, I know you're watching.
He texted me his phone was
He's
dying.
probably in the pool. I think that's
Nah,
behind
his
him.
phone was dying. I think his wife cracked the whip on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, "You're on vacation, you asshole. Come on."
Yeah.
All good, guys. Have a good night. Thank you so much.
Thank
You
you.
too,
You
thank
too.
you.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
All right. So yeah, we are super late, but there's still
We are so late.
two things two things we have to do. And
Yes.
because I've been promoting it, so we're going to play it real quick. I've been promoting people just to share their flyers so we can pick it up and talk about it on the shows. So I have a little video that flashes through all the flyers. So we're going to roll into that right now. All right, so that's that. I trying to keep up with everybody. So
That's a lot of banging shows. I
Yeah,
saw
there's
one at
a-
Love Drafts for Rise Among Rivals.
yep.
Yeah,
with,
I'm like,
with
oh, I think
Silvertongue.
it's during the
Yep.
week though, so I can't go 3.5 hours north.
And our next show will be November 16th, 2 weeks from tonight. And we will have Josie Scott, the original lead singer of Saliva. He will be joining us live and chatting about everything that he's got going on with his new band and his new stuff. Let's see what else. Real quick.
The grudge match.
The grudge match.
Winner.
You mean announcing the winner?
I
Or
do.
talking about this? Send your grudge
Yes.
match video suggestions to us at services@thesound228.com. And now we will get to, I'm going to just go scroll over here. And I will say with 93% of the votes, 93% of the votes, and I'll tell you how many votes 93% was. 70
Wow.
70
Okay.
votes for
Somebody
Envision.
brought the fan base.
for Envision FYE. So Envision is our new champion.
Shout out to the Broken Hearts fan club.
I know what's about to happen.
And their next opponent will be Pardon and Scars.
I knew it.
This is why we need your suggestions, people.
No. This was Alex's suggestion. So this time last year,
that's what happened when he fell on the monitor.
Whatever. I can't remember. Alex will have to tell the story. Yeah, he's saying it's rematch time. So Pardon the Scar. I think it was Pardon the Scars Caged Inside versus Envision.
Right.
And so he wanted to celebrate in 2020, 2 years ago. So when Pardon the Scars and and Envision were coming out with a new single, a new video, Alex said, hey, it's rematch time. Let's put ourselves up against each other. So that is where we got that pick from.
All right, let the battle commence.
See, all of those people live close to me. I don't think I would have done that on purpose without somebody saying, hey, why don't you do this? So I could put the blame on somebody else. So, but that's the way it goes. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. And thanks for the last minute hop on. And it worked out because Jared couldn't stay on for the whole show. So it is what it is. Thank you very much. And
you're welcome.
Have we announced it yet? That November 10th? Yeah. That Lisa's taking over
the
ladies' night?
A week from today.
Yeah. So a week from today.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. Yeah, a week from today.
Yeah, a week from today, Lisa will be taking over the ladies' night radio show. It'll be earlier. I think, what did we decide? 6 o'clock?
We decided 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock my time. So 7 o'clock.
Central.
6 o'clock Central, 7 Eastern. But yeah, so next week you'll hear a brand new the ladies' night with Lisa hosting. So.
Yeah, come tune in, laugh with me. It's good.
And Erica didn't leave us. Erica is going to be starting a new segment, hopefully probably beginning of 2023 here on the Sound, on the live shows. We're going to have 11 minutes with Erica. She's going to have a band and she's going to interview them and send me the videos, and we're going to play it. That's going to be a segment in the new live stream show starting in 2023.
Nice.
So she didn't go anywhere. We just it takes a lot of time to put a show together, and Erica's we're all very busy people, but Erica owns 3 restaurants and they're in 3 different cities in 3 different states. So it's hard for her to bounce around all that stuff, but she can sit in a hotel room and do 11 minutes with Erica. So, all right, we are out. Thank you guys so much. Congratulations to Envision. We'll talk to you on the 16th with Josie Scott and the debut and the premiere of Love the Hate's new video. That'll be happening as well. So cool. See y'all. Peace.
All right.
Bye. Peace out.